Hi everyone, it's Chris. Welcome back to the cider shed. I'm going to try 2 ciders today that I haven't tried before, and I'm going to celebrate because I've got some good news today. I got my AWRS thing today, alcohol wholesale registration scheme. It's easy to say. Yeah, so I can now wholesale to other businesses, and I've got 2 people already been in touch today who want to buy cider from me, so that's good news. But I'm going to have to buy a lot more cider, but that's all right, we can do that. So yeah, the 2 ciders I'm going to try today are both from the same producer. The producer is Wilce's in Ledbury in Herefordshire, just almost in the town centre, actually, very close to the town centre. I've been to Ledbury before, I hadn't realised they were there. It was just basically just up the street. But all their own orchards, but very close to the town centre. I mean, it's a small town, but, you know, anyway. So here they are. I have the medium and the dry. So we're going to start with the dry, then move on to the medium. So the green label is the dry, there you go. Anything on the bottle? Family-run business, genuine bittersweet and sharp cider apples picked from traditional orchards where the fruit is given time to grow and ripen fully, bringing the natural flavours only found in real cider. So I think carbonated, wild yeast, traditional cider varietals, yeah, what we like really. So let's give it a go. Let's crack on the dry first. Where is my bottle opener? Here it is. Bit of a fizz when I opened it. Carbonated, forced carbonated, I believe. I'm going to say filtered as well. It's a dark bottle, but I can see completely through that. Filtered and forced carbonated. 6% this one. Give it a try. I've had their vintage cider from maybe it's 2018. Must have been 2018, which was great. I really liked it. They haven't got it at the moment. They were blending it when I was there. They told me that they were in the process of just kind of blending their vintage cider together. So I couldn't get it, which is a shame because I loved it, and they have limited run on bottles. So I'm hoping I can get some because I've liked it a lot. What made me go there? I can't remember where I picked that up. It wasn't from them. It was from maybe from the Cider Museum in Hereford, something like that. Anyway, let's give it a go. Pour it out. So it's quite fizzy. Bit of a head on that, as you can see. Absolutely clear. I would say quite a pale amber, that. Quite a nice colour actually. Almost got that Pinot Gris look that I suggest from time to time I can see in cider. Just a hint of it. Sort of rosy-ish. Slightly. Quite fizzy. It's not forced carbonate. It is forced carbonate, so the bubbles are going to be less fine than in a bottle conditioned cider. It's just the way it is. Okay, let's have a sniff. Nice nose actually. So yeah, a little bit of acidity. Malic / lactic. So a little bit of like apple acidity, but it's quite gentle as well. Nice. Nothing like as strong as the Crossman's that I tried in the last couple of films. That was in your face. But this has got a little bit of funk to it as well. And some ripe apple. So yeah, nice. Lots of positives on the nose. Quite clean for that though. I mean, quite clean, fresh smell, I would say. Quite bright. Okay. Decent tannin. Pretty good acidity. Actually, it does feel a little malic. Maybe lactic, but a little hint of like malic, so green apple acidity I'm getting, I think. I don't know what the blend of apples is in this. Could have some more acid. It's a bit of sweet, it's a bit of sharp, so don't know what the proportion is, but there you go. So yeah, quite green, quite fresh. I'm missing the ripe fruit element I got on the nose a little bit, but this is quite cold, so it's not really fair It needs to be warmer, I think. I did take it straight out of the fridge and open it, and it's not ideal. It's going to be 4 Celsius, if it may be a little less. Ideally, like 8 to 10. It's kind of like ballpark where you want to be, because when you chill things down, you lose flavour. That's just what happens. Sometimes even just warming up in the glass can bring it, bring a bit of life to it, a bit more flavour to it. Yeah, this is a solid dry cider. A little bit of minerality, a little bit light on the hollow on the mid palate, I think. For me, it's a little bit too carbonated. I think I want a little less carbonation. Carbonation just changes the flavour, and it can mask flavour a bit. If you've ever had like champagne when it's gone flat, you'll know exactly what I mean. It's totally different. Totally different. It's much more acid, a little bit unpalatable almost when it's not sparkling. I guess that's why they blend it for how it tastes when it's sparkling, because that's how it's meant to be drunk. For like this, could do with being a little bit less fizzy. But compared to industrial cider, nothing like as fizzy as that. And the acid's really bold though, which is good. I mean, you would not get anything like this in industrial cider. The acid character, it's in this, and that hint of funk. Oh, hint of right apple, maybe slightly honeyed character on the nose I'm getting now as it's warming up. Yeah, interesting how it changes in the glass. Anyway, that was the dry. Let's go for the medium. See how that compares. So, yeah, so that was the green one. We're going for the red one, which is the medium. Also 6%. So the day I went there, unfortunately, it was pissing down. So I didn't get to look around the orchards because I didn't have anything suitable to wear. I had my hiking boots on, but I didn't have a raincoat with me or anything. So unfortunately, yeah, didn't get to see a lot of the place. But I mean, I did drive through the orchards to get up to the farm and stuff, so I could see stuff on the way. And it is a small traditional farm. I think they've been there since I can't remember now, the 50s, the 30s, I forget. I mean, quite a long time they've been on that farm. Is it probably the 50s? The granddad actually planted the orchards, I think. So it's a well-established, cider maker, going with quite a lot of history. Pour out the medium. Not quite as much head on that as I got on the dry, but again, sparkling. Again, that slight, kind of similar colour actually. That slight, it's amber with a hint of that Pinot Gris thing going on in it, which I do like, I must say. Looks quite different on the screen. It looks much more amber on the screen, but I would say, because I've got the light coming towards me, it's a bit different for me than it is for you. Even if I put my hand behind it, you can see the difference in colour. I'm getting more of that colour there. Okay, let's give it a sniff. Much more perfumed. Much more perfumed. I'm always getting like a... First thing I thought was Turkish Delight. Like traditional, like the rose water flavoured Turkish Delight with ice and sugar. I love that stuff. Yeah, but it's quite perfumed, much more so than the dry, and less obviously acid on the nose. Maybe slight honey character, maybe like honey apple, baked apple, something with honey on apple, toffee apple maybe, I'm not sure, something like that. That's what it made me think of anyway. Nice nose actually. Nice nose. Like friendly, warm, inviting nose. Quite rich and sweet, not overly complex, but makes you want to drink it. Okay, so this medium is a lot sweeter than the dry. Not too sweet, certainly not for my palate. I like a bit of sugar. Again, good tannins. Certainly soft tannins, so astringency in the mouth, on the teeth. Not getting a lot of hard tannin, and I didn't in the other one either. Maybe that's where I found a little hollow mirror, just with a little bit more structure from tannin. It's just tasty though. It is tasty. Nice nose. There is like a honey apple nose thing going on. It's very perfumey. Yeah. It makes you want to smell it again and again. That's always a good sign, that. When you smell something and smell it more and smell it more. Because smell is so much a part of flavour that if that's interesting, then certainly it's going to help add to the complexity on the palate. Oh yeah, Angel Delight? No, something. What is that? It's going to be strawberry? I think it smells a bit of strawberry. I think that's what I'm smelling. It smells a bit like strawberry. There you go. So, not as actually fizzy. That the bubbles feel finer in this, less coarse, which is good. You can overcarbonate. You can kill things by overcarbonating them. Firstly, it can be so fizzy that it's almost uncomfortable to drink. It hurts your tongue. And like I said before, it masks flavour, so you want to get the balance just right. I like a bit of sparkle. I do. I like still and sparkling, but the sparkle has to be right. Has to be balanced. Got the dried a little bit more sort of kick in terms of the fizz. Let's see if I can get some heat into this a bit more. Yeah, I think it's this strawberry. I think that's what I'm getting. Which is bizarre. Okay, I think this is quite sweet for a medium. For me, as I drink it, and I like sugar, the sugar's building. It's just getting a little too much, perhaps. I wish the medium had that same kick of acidity that I was getting out of the dry. Because I think if it did, it just offset that sugar a bit more and make it really palatable, really easy to drink. This is a nice cider, but I feel like sugar and acidity is just a little bit out of whack, which makes it not quite so much so quaffable, you know. Compared to an industrial cider, I mean, this would probably be classed as a medium dry cider if it was an industrial cider, and this is classed as a straight medium on the bottle. So, you know, it's still not as sweet as a commercial cider, but I just think it needs that acidity to balance it, and maybe a hair more tannin. That's what I think. Just needs a bit more structure. Nice ciders. Thank you, Wilce's. But yeah, not perfect. Not perfect. I think if I wanted a medium, for example, take the Watkins original blend, that's a medium. However, I think it's probably got more sugar, but it's got more acidity, so it works better, if you see what I mean. Anyway, this is what I drank to celebrate becoming a wholesaler. So, yeah, here's to you, Wilce's, thank you very much. And, yeah, here's to any potential customers out there who would like to buy some great farmhouse cider. Okay, guys, thanks very much for joining me, as per usual. I'll be back again, but until then, cheers.